These are the ingredients for making a ricotta or white cheese. It's very simple. You need a pot, of course, for boiling the milk to 45 degrees. You need a colander. You need a very fine tissue. In this case, it is muslin, cloth. Of course, you can use the renne. We are using renne. This is vegetarian renne. For extra, we are based on the recipe that we have. For extra assurance that the cheese will be done curdle, we use also some lemon juice, about a quarter of the lemon juice. You can use seasoning, but it's up to you what seasoning you use. That seasoning we have, but I prefer just normal salt. And a thermometer, just to be sure that this is 45 degrees. You can use your finger practically because that is also sensitive. Lukewarm water is enough. Okay, we're now adding the milk to the pot. How much is this milk?
It should be 6 pints.
6 pints, yeah. That's about 2.5 liters. 3.5 liters, 6 pints. This is a more. Of course, it's a whole milk. If you use any other milk, the amount of the fat that they have is not enough. Okay, 10 drops of the vegetarian in 1 pint of warm milk. So that means 3.5 will be about 35 drops. Or 65 drops. Yeah. Now in the meantime that the milk is being getting ready, we just make the juicing of the lemon. Okay, now it is 45 past, so I've turned this off. And I remove the lid just to let the temperature drop. Okay, this is the lemon juice. We are going to add it now. Now 10 drops for every pint, so 6.5 pints. That is 65 drops.
5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, it's already starting to curdle. That's it. The fat is separating from the rest of the milk. That's a whole fat milk, so we will have all that fat as cheese. It started to curdle. Oh yeah, look at the fat separated. That's what happens actually when you drink milk and have something like orange or lemon. That will happen in your stomach and make you sick. But in this way, this sickening stuff, which is fat practically, you can keep it as a cheese. And eat it with salt. Salt will add taste, also at the same time keeps it. And we have to leave it for around how much?
20 minutes.
Okay, we leave it for 20 minutes. You can put it there.
Where's the other chicken? There. With courtesy of our henny penny.
Okay, doke.
There we go.
Henny penny?
Henny penny.
Okay, this is now almost 0. And let us see how this looks. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You already have a lump. It's shaped like cylinder and the whey is already separated from it. I have a question. My question is that why we have to heat this milk first to 45 degrees?
Well, heat breaks down the proteins in the milk and it makes it more what we call soluble.
And why? Means, oh, what? Okay. And the renne will be activated by that, probably.
Well, the rennet enzymes, and enzymes also work at a higher heat. It stirs them up, it excites them. They're a chemical.
So why we don't boil them like the way that we do with making yogurt?
Because the same thing will happen. It'll break down the enzymes and what we call denature them and destroy them.
Oh,
and once
okay.
they're destroyed,
So you
they
want to
won't
just
work.
keep them
active.
active, but not destroyed.
Yes, at the maximum.
So the difference between what you use with Rene is that Rene is an enzyme, and what you use here in the yogurt is it is a yeast.
Yeah, it's a yeast culture.
Oh, okay.
They do produce the enzymes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but when the enzymes are working, they work at exactly the same temperature in both. Mm-hmm. So the yeast will produce the enzyme, and it will activate the fermentation of the yogurt at the same temperature as the rennet activates making in the cheese. They're both the same temperature.
Now what we have to do is to take this and put it on the muslin. You use the fresh muslin. So the muslin, you just washed it just to get sure that it is actually free from germs
and dust. It's dust. Mostly the fibre that you'll have in your cheese otherwise. Yes. There we go.
You can take it. I will help you when my hand is free.
I think we should take some of the way out first. Got a little jug first.
You are trying to tip some of the way to the jug first. Yeah. So you can use your ladle.
Yes, I can. Yeah. And as you notice, everything.
So you rinse everything.
Everything in hot water to reduce any type of bacterial culture. Well, you can use the whey for cooking in other things. You could get recipes up on the internet. Or
we can use it for our blueberries.
Yeah.
That's acid practically.
It acidifies soil around certain plants and trees.
I've done it with the blueberry. Blueberries love it.
We have an alkaline soil, so when we grow our berries...
Hertfordshire is mostly chalk, so that's alkaline already.
We acidify our soil with big whey.
They say add sulfur and other thing. That takes ages to do it. Just liquid.
It's not worth it.
Liquid whey will do that.
So it's coming down now, coming down.
And look at those pumpkins. That Turk turban is now 2 years old. I had it in 2015. It's now 2017.
I think this is it. Oh, that's the way now. How am I going to get this out in one big lump? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hey.
Oh, you didn't see the moment of truth? Okay, yeah.
Now I'm going to...
That was a good idea to give it a lot of skirt to the muslin. You have to, so it will not...
I've learned that making yogurt. You give plenty of... You have to give plenty of margin, as we call it.
Yeah.
And this.
Oh, I can smell it. It's very milky. It's like these shops that make dairy.
Okay.
They just pass beside and the smell is always there.
Okay, now what I'm going to do is try and get, without making a mess, sort of, there we go. There. So, what we're doing now, I'm tying this up and I'm putting pressure on it, yeah? To squeeze the rest of the way out. And then I'll just leave it under its own gravity.
Or you can put something on top of it.
You can put something on top of it. If we've got a little there.
Oh, that's nice.
And we'll come back in a few moments and show you, look at this lot of whey. I can give you the...
And because it has already some Rene, which is an enzyme, and some lemon juice, it's practically acidic.
It's very acidic, but like I said, it
will not be wasted. I will water the plants with that.
We don't waste it, but you can use it in other recipes.
Making sourdough, huh?
You can make sourdough bread, that's nice.
That's
I don't normally cook with whey, but you can reduce it and make a syrup.
Or you can even boil it, and I think they mix it then with the flour. I mean, in Persia they do that. To make a very acidic little paste, brown paste. The kids put it on the back of their nails and eat it. That's called Garaguru. That's
I
lovely.
used to. But this is about as much when this would be. This would be more than.
Yes, our home. Yeah, 2/3 of the.
That would be about.
More than half of the milk.
It'd be about 3.5 pints.
And I can say it has more particles yet in it.
That'd be about 3.5 pints in there.
Yeah. So the whey, one of the qualities of the whey, because it's acidic, it keeps the chrome. There's
really
stainless steel. Keep it very shiny, actually.
They're all shiny. 20
years old.
No, they're more than that.
Really?
Yeah.
And they look new, like new.
Yeah, they're older than 20.
Because we use the for whey.
Yeah, I've had them years and years.
We make yogurt a lot
They
with this.
shine with the whey. Actually shine. Because we use yogurt. So that's the way you can get rid of the whey.
The cheese actually is the last bit of the whey coming out of it. Can you, Susan, show me the amount of the whey we have yet there? Oh, so I'll put it now in the measuring scale, and this is about 600 grams, 1 pound, 1/4 of a pound. That's the amount of the fat that actually we can extract out of that. So now, I will just squeeze it for the last time.
Now.
I'm squeezing it now for the last time. As you see, a few drops are yet coming. So the more liquid you have in this, it will determine how long it will last, because water, which is liquid, will encourage the mold to grow. So that's the reason soft cheese, when you open it, if you have a soft cheese in your home, you have to use it within several days, because they will go practically moldy. And that's the reason the denser cheese, like cheddar cheese, will not go moldy that quickly, because they don't have that much liquid. Yeah, can stop it. Now it is done almost. The whey after this is looking more like a milky liquid, so we don't want to continue with that. That's the way the cheese looks. So this is about 600 grams of cheese out of the 3.5 liters of milk. So you want to actually spread it and just mix it first with the salt, huh? You have the salt? So now we are mixing it with seasoning salt.
Any salt to do, but seasoning salt.
Yeah, we have seasoning salt, so we use it.
It's better. I'm looking for that.
So salt, you know that it makes it tasty, and also at the same time is a preservative. And since we started, it's now 45 minutes, all that.
I haven't tasted it, I'll taste it.
How it tastes? Give me a little bit of that.
Yummy.
Very creamy, quite warm. And with the salt, I can say it's really, really good. Now, we have a series of
I'll just put a little bit more salt in.
seasoning. We make little lumps of each seasoning cheese, just for the taste, just for test it and see how it is. We don't want to risk all our valuable cheese now. We have spent a long time to do it, 45 minutes, a long time. So we have dill, basil, and garlic. We make small bits of this. Okay, but now we are making a handful of each. Not handful, it's smaller than the size of a walnut or chestnut. Just for testing to see how they will turn out. With garlic, basil, and dill. So I've already opened, so...
I need to wash my hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, a little bit dill to this. A little bit basil to this one.
Not too much basil.
That's alright, that's alright. I will enjoy that. And a little bit of the garlic powder. Sorry. And basil. It's better to use dry herbs because they will not add more moisture to that, because if they're wet, like the fresh basil for example, yeah, they are wet, they will end up molding inside from inside. Maybe not a bad idea because it will make it a blue Stilton moldy cheese, but maybe it will not be as good. So we are not risking that. These dry ones will absorb some of the moisture also from the cheese. That makes them better. And I think this cheese will benefit if you add a little more of this seasoning
Yeah, I'm
salt.
going to put small salt now. Just a little bit at a time. As my old auntie Maggie used to say, you can always add more, but you can never take it out.
Yeah.
So a little bit at a time when you're making something, anything for the first time, and you're not sure of the ratio.
So we can actually put it back in the muslin just for the sake of shaping it.
We can indeed.
So we put it back now in the
touch it
muslin.
first.
Just, oh, that must be yummy. It's warm. Never tasted warm cheese like that. Of
I
course,
think it needs more salt.
needs more salt. Can add more.
It's bloody expensive and time consuming, but it's yummy.
Oh, it's yummy now. Mmm. Okay, now we can shape it actually.
Come on.
I'm telling you, this cheese is finger-licking goodness. Now we want to shape it into a kind of disc shape.
Easiest way.
Just for shaping it. We don't want to extract anything out of it. We just want to shape it. We want just to shape. So don't cut and don't spread it anymore. That's the lump of cheese we have. Oh, that looks beautiful. Now let us cut a slice of it. Just a little bit. Now it's the moment of the truth for the basil. This is dill cheese. Oh, lovely! Basil cheese tastes like basil. This garlic one is beautiful. Finger licking goodness. That's the way we made our cheese. The way we made it. Okay, now I'm squeezing this further. As you see, it has yet a lot of way.
Squirting out everywhere. It's beginning to come through the muslin now.
If you can take it a bit back, it will show the whole thing.
But it's coming through the muslin bag now, so I think it won't be getting much more than that.
So I will not squeeze it too much because I don't want the fat to come out.
No.
So I'll just put it again, twist it and leave it there just under the weight of the fat. It will gradually separate the whey from this. To be sure there is a good amount of pressure, I'll put this way and I will add a few weights, which I will show you what it is.
You need to...
So I just added a few weights here to keep the pressure. This steel one looks more solid. It's not as curdly as it was. Yeah.
It's solidifying. It needs to go very cold.
So that means this is actually lost moisture, evaporate.
Yeah, it'll lose moisture. It'll go cold and it'll solidify.
And this one?
And look, if I cut this one, because I can feel it hardening. It's like all fats, if it's warm.
Oh, okay.
See how smooth the...
What about that garlic one?
That'll be the same. That'll be smooth.
Okay, so
They're
practically
smooth.
like the fat or wax.
Yeah, like
When
fat.
they're hot, they're softer, and when they're
Cold,
cooler,
they harden.
They're harder
And this, You can see it by the, if you put this
Don't
up
take it too close.
a
Okay.
little,
I'm
you,
zooming it in.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can see how smooth the surface is.
Yeah.
Now when we cut the block of cheese,
That will look like this.
and it's cooled properly, and after 2 or 3
So-
hours it will look like this.
Cold fat looks more solid.
It will
I've
solidify.
left the cheese in the fridge. Now is the time to just see how it is. Oh, look at it. I calculated this cheese in the shops in the supermarket will be £12 weight-wise. Ooh.
Tiny, tiny piece. There you go.
This is the way it looks. And now I'm going to taste it. Oh, cream. Cream and a little bit salty. Oh,
Oh,
oh. That's the white cheese, paneer. That's right. Mmm. Oh, I like that. That's the best cheese in ages. Thank you, Susan, for making this. Brilliant. It's so lovely, this cheese. It's so lovely. Oh, I want to go and eat it. Should I make bread with this? It deserves to be eaten with the fresh bread.